Testing. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. This wasn't meant to be a no talking stream. Okay, you guys still here? At least one of you is. I had it turned off in Streamlabs. So, yeah. It was effectively off. I'm gonna go ahead. Get passenger train coming back. Probably just gonna have it come up to the station. All right, that'll work. I feel like that's almost a rite of passage for stream. Forgetting to muting your mic for one thing and then forgetting to unmute it when you go to actually record or stream. I think I've done that for a previous recording as well. Y'all can shut up. Alright, Moleman, so what have you been up to today? Or what is your plans for today? Stop. I keep doing that. Okay, let's see. Go ahead and wrap through the log yard. Let's switch a set, throw that one. You are coming back in nicely. I almost wish that the vehicles you purchased would have random oil in them. I should pick up the used market mod. Not a whole lot, particularly no. I didn't get home till late last night from family game night. That sounds like a plan. Relaxing with the boss lady. Let's not enter the yard at under throttle. Should be able to handle 15 now. Hey, David! How are you doing today, David? I am doing good today, David. Hopefully I won't be derailing any at all today. Knock on wood. So far, I'm 0 for 2 streams with derailing. Does that have handbrakes? There they are. That was a weird place for a handbrake, but I'm pretty sure that this is based on an actual prototype, so... This is where I get in trouble. I've derailed multiple times in this exact spot. I think just everything pinned to the wall is ample. That's 15. I don't feel like dealing with the page today. Jesus. The first time, I think I was trying to either answer a comment on FSC page, or I was trying to find an answer to something. I'm half surprised no one clipped it, but I guess I'm not big enough for clips yet, so. Also, where would it go? It would just exist. But yeah, I was letting the train coast down the logging branch here, and yeah, things didn't go well. And there is the passenger train at Whittier. They'll be fine on his own for a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and have this guy restate back here. I did not think about the weight of these. Okay, these things weigh 33,000 pounds empty. The regular flat cars weigh 25,000. So that's nice. pulpwood, logging gun. If that was cheaper, I would have gone with this, or with this version, the logging gun. I wish to have the pictures. 100 ton, 18 logs. That's too much. Auxiliary tinder. I'm half tempted to try to do a video on all the mods I have. But I don't know if, A, I have the patience for that, and B, I don't know if the game will handle that. I'd probably have to do a handful at a time. I need to look into how to make liveries for this game, because A, I want to do the Fever River is my is the fictional line of my model railroad club. We have logos, we have heralds, we have everything. But now that you mention loading up a car full of Coke, I assume that most of y'all have probably seen those Coke model trains, the Coca-Cola themed trains. Hornby's done them, I think Bachman's done a couple, Tycho. Old toy things. I now want to see if I can find or make a livery for that. That would be fun. Maybe hide an FSC logo on there somewhere. I'm definitely going to need a bigger engine for the logging train if I intend to upgrade to these cars. It is struggling to push these things empty. I am not going to have a good time going downhill. Alright. Oh god, we're only to the first camp. Can I coax any more speed out of this, or is... Oh. Maybe. I love the detail put into these mods. Like, you are making a mod for a weird-ass model or railroading game. Throttle. Here it's screeching. I cannot wait for the new car mechanic sim. I haven't heard anything about that. Where are they posting? Is that to Facebook, Instagram? They got mentioned last night a few times on FSC's stream, but I wasn't able to find anything. Okay, but where is it announced? Like, where or mentioned? Like, is it a Red Dot's page, Playway's page, or just some random forum post that may or may not be speaking on official or officially on behalf of the game? It's not that I doubt you, it's that I want to be able to confirm it. Do something, do it right the first time, and then you don't have to do it later. Yeah. The words of wisdom. Not sure where that came from, but words of wisdom. I know there's a ship. Don't know if I have it downloaded because it's not the greatest model. And due to limitations with the game, it's not speed limited. We'll put it that way. I'll probably end up getting the Logging Mikado. Or maybe this P-29. That's a cool sounding locomotive, but we got the Mikado tank. It doesn't have shit for coal capacity, so it wouldn't be good for much else. But no, I'm looking at, is that? Yeah, that's gotta be the right one. Well, I don't know. Coming up to our sighting here. Oh, there's the one I'm looking for. I'm probably either going to go with this, the LLW with Mikado, Logging Mikado, or one of the two tank engines up here that I looked at, clicked on. Okay, I've got to get rid of this tender swap mod. It's just too much. Like, there's no difference in these locomotives. It's just the various tenders. Let's watch what we're doing. We don't need to break shit right away. So let's see, F-71, P-65. Like, you can get more or less swap all the different tenders onto various. It's weird. It's cool, but it's weird. Let's see. I'm going to do something. Dance game. Let me find it. I know it's all over YouTube about it. Yeah, thanks, David. Feel free to either DM it to me on Discord, or you can put it in my Discord. It's still kind of a work in progress, so I'm not overly concerned about spam links yet. Everything in the sighting? Everything's in the sighting. Why? Let's see. I've had a few mods, but apparently the owner of Rail. So yes, long story short, the guy behind Railloader, the mod that is required for custom track work, got his panties in a twist because American politics and tariffs, so he banned American IPs from accessing his website to download the mods. Then he got harassed by said American players. So long story short, if you are a creator of mods that are required for other mods, do not bring politics into the game. He essentially said F you to the most vocal and abusive group of gamers in the world. Oh, and not to mention foamers. He pissed off gaming foamers. That is not a good combination of people to piss off. Well, car mechanic. Makes sense, David. But I do believe Elena? got something here for that. Alina, yeah, Alina. I think Alina here is working on a replacement, but I don't know the status of that. But back to what's his face? I can never remember his name. It's not worth remembering if you ask me. After he broke down, unblocked his website, and more or less just shut down. It currently says something along the lines of, because I was bullied and harassed, everyone gets screwed over now because I can't understand why I'm no longer liked and why you are just now considering this a required mod. Like, but it's been required since you released it. So I don't know where that's coming from. 2, you pissed off a bunch of gamers that are already typically verbally abusive. So now he's just saying, screw everyone. When it breaks, I'm not fixing it. So I am both looking forward to the Maintenance Away update and terrified because it is going to break, I think, the whistles mod? More, whistle mods, horn mods, track mods. So much uses Railroad. And I'm honestly probably just going to redo my mod folder and do a new save when that happens. Or at least go through and get rid of Railloader mods, if I can figure out which ones are which. Let's see. I've been told it'll be a car CMS 26. Makes sense. Nice train, thank you. See if I can keep it looking nice. I have my doubts, but we'll try. Not off. I could probably send that other line up to track 1. Or here. And probably also turn my trees back up. Already loading. Oh, it put stakes in. Cool. If that's a review or the review source, well, that is the spark notes of the spark notes of what happened. I don't even know how. I don't even know how to contact the guy, so, or where he's at to see the hatred he incited upon himself. I don't doubt it. We'll put it that way. But everything that's happened to him, he asked for it. He 100% asked for it. If you search Railloader on YouTube, I'm sure you'll probably get some videos fully breaking down everything that happened from someone that is a little more intimately aware of the details. That's revenue money, yes. Come back. I'll get the passenger train rolling back along. Most like. Huh? Up to speed again. keep it below 20 for the most part. I'm just realizing I can barely hear the game in my headset. How's the audio for you guys? Nope, too much break. Looks like we're down to the Y. There goes a passenger train. Can't see shit over here. Sounds good to me. I'm assuming that everyone is switching to other... I'm assuming everyone is switching to other thumbs up siren to other platforms. I don't know if I'm just too tired to understand what you said, or I'm too stupid, but I don't understand what you just said. Get on the throttle again here. And thank you, Momain, for confirming volume. I'm realizing that it also doesn't help to hear the chuffing sounds when your throttle is closed. Where are these? Yeah, those are out of the way. Should probably have those on that track, but whatever. He is the sound with his... for the sound and with other things. Yeah, like I said, Alina, I believe it's Alina, is working on a replacement. I've got most of her map mods, so I have confidence that she'll, once again, assuming it's a she, will do a good job at making a better version. Clear the switch on it. I'm just concerned at how long it'll take. Like, this is one of the few map mods I have that isn't Alina's, and I'm mildly concerned at how long it'll take for, like, this to get updated, or a similar one to come out. Because I like this layout. This is a very nice, makes sense to me, and with the connection to the yard, it's a very useful, they're very well put together sawmill. Safety stop. I shift clicked at that, so screw you. That line. Be nice if they add as a base game feature as track laying. I agree. It would be kind of nice to be able to customize, do a little more personalizing of things, make them more efficient. But at the same time, this is also supposed to be a switching puzzle game. So I like the idea of having, like, this feels cheaty to me. In the grand scheme of things, it makes more logical sense than not just having that connected. But it makes this job too easy, if you know what I mean. Like up at Ela, it's got that real short stub track you have to fit into in order to get cars in and out of there. Missed my safety stop, and I am missing a car there. That's kind of annoying. I don't recall opening all these doors. Ever been to a DuPont chemical plant? I've been near, or I have been around a couple of industrial locations. Which is why I don't absolutely hate some of the switching puzzles. Honestly, my biggest issue is just lack of yard space to build trains in. There's a reason I have this Governor's Isle thing here. Like, this is a monstrosity. It is not done for shit. The bridge over the river here, it's just filled in dirt. Right here, there's a road that runs right here before the yard. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. That is just track over the road. There's no bridge. It looks sketchy as fuck, especially when you run the big articulate to 2882 over it. And the 2680 is going to look probably even worse. I think I downloaded a bolt. Not a Bowman. Yep. Doors. Okay. And that is that. I think I downloaded a Yellowstone the other day. I have the main. Thank you. I actually think that this song is in the playlist because I was recording the D&D campaign I'm a part of. That then fell apart because reasons. I have the main line and my... Oh yeah, no, them big facilities that have their own railroad, where the hell do you even start? I think that if you were to make an industrial switching video game, you could very well do it off of a single modern day, something like DuPont, 3M. There's so much that modern day you can set up for switching. It's hilarious. I'm just going to push those out onto the main line, back this up, and run around there. That sounds like a plan. In northern Illinois, where I live, I at one point had a job with the Riverport Railroad. They are, a rail car storage company that resides at the old Savannah Army Depot. They've got miles and miles of track. Most of it is filled with rolling stock already. You could easily make a game out of just them. You could make a train simulator route out of just them. Be sure to watch the Soviet movie. Why do I get a feeling that that's a bot? I'm going to give you an opportunity to prove that you're not a bot. Because I kind of don't want to just ban someone because they just recommended a potentially relevant movie. Anyone want to Google search that movie? Let me know what it's about, so I know whether or not this guy's an idiot, a bot, or I don't know what option 3 would be. Yep, you're been bottled. Oh, botted. Not too late for that. Filter. That was harder than I thought. Nope. What the fuck did I just click? Okay. Both cars are still at 100. What's the English version? We're gonna get this pushing forward. And let's see if search Chrome. Obviously search Chrome. Should cancel that. Translates to KMH A4 together. And that is translated from Arabic. Who just pinged me? Okay, let's see. That is clear of the switch. Yeah, let's see. Arabic translation of some absolute gibberish. Let's see if I can actually Google it. Movie. Search. Do that. It does not correspond to a known movie title, so let's see. I know what you mean about huge industrial projects from old. It's cool. I've seen this post and others, and they usually turn out to be bots. Honestly, at this point, enough for me. Hide user. I had the right guy. I hit the right guy. Yippee! Greg, if you are here, thank you for subscribing. I have no clue who that you are, but you... Actually, that might have been the Fever River page. Let me check, take a closer look at that email real quick. That was the Fever River. Greg is nobody here. I should probably do what FS does and turn on the subscribers only mode, but I do want an opportunity for people who... But I don't want to force everyone to just sub to me. I've got so many dead subscriptions in my subscription list that it's not even funny. And by dead, I mean channels I don't watch or haven't posted in years because of reasons. Some of them just life happens, some of them are actually dead, others I have no clue. But that's beside the point. Okay. Also, my bot's not working. I have the Streamlabs bot, and it is not Streamlabbing. Timers are all on. I don't know what it's doing. Bot's being body. Slow down there, bud. Approach at safe speed. Safety stop. And bang it. And don't forget about, yeah, the Phantom. See, channels that don't post anymore, channels that don't post anything that interests me, but I really liked what the content they were posting that got me to like them in the first place. And then channels that have been hacked and are no longer what they were when I subscribed. I need to go through my way too goddamn many subscriptions and clear out all of those. Alright, so one... Should we clear the switch? Just. Do that. Hey, collect these from... Yeah, I think this is what I ended this last week's stream with. Yeah. Wonder what happened. So this just bypasses the need for the bridge. And yeah, you can see kind of why I don't particularly care for this yard. Just the terraforming. There's that bridge, there's that lack of bridge. But yeah, this just completely bypasses the need, which I suddenly have mixed feelings about. Anyway. Okay, and don't, yeah. I'm gonna do this. I need to pop over into Discord for a second. And you can overdo it with mods where you can I plead the fifth. If you're really personal. So that was the one who ran me over. It was good. I probably shouldn't be mumbling what I'm reading on Discord. It is admin stuff from 2 different servers I'm in. Okay. Alright, depends on your system is designed. Okay, let's clear the room here a little bit. Where is my file explorer? There it is. Now let's go to this. Browse local files. My Railroader mods folder is currently 6,200 files in 900 folders. And that is, I'm pretty sure that is going through all of the folders in each of the mods. And it consists of 17 gigabytes. My PC specs is a 3080? Let's see, 32 gigabytes of RAM. CPU is an Intel Core i7-9700, 3080 Ti with 12 gigabytes VRAM graphics card, and not nearly enough storage at only... I don't want to talk about storage. But I am a mod hoarder. I'm a hoarder of digital modifications. My PC hates me. Well, put it that way. Ooh, that would be cool. Having a specialized consist just for the bridge section. Like, that, I like the sound of that. That sounds fun. It looks like you're going good. Yeah, my original save, where I just semi-recently completed the connection to Andrews, I'm averaging like 10 frames a second. This is a relatively new save with minimal rolling stock active, spawn, and moving. Depending how long this stream series goes, will largely determine how long I can keep the frames playable. Like, don't get me wrong, I want to keep streaming as long as I can. But games that do have to be playable on my end for me to be comfortable streaming. There's a reason I don't stream my 5M roleplay. My internet does not handle streaming and playing a multiplayer game at once. I would love to, but it's not feasible. Nope, not what. Steam coming through here. Switch to 7, right? Yes. A GG1, good lord. Fire brakes. So there, we'll get that set up again. Honestly, I would not be opposed to seeing an electrification mod. That might be fun. GG1, Little Joe's. Give me some interurban shit. Speaking of that, that is something I would love to see. An interurban simulator. Like, give me the North Shore, the South Shore, the C&I, the Illinois Terminal. Give me all the old trolley pole, third rail, interurban. Give me a game of that. Give me that massive, sprawling city where you have to guide your massive steeple cap down the center of Main Street, trying not to run over someone's poor cow, while you switch out 20 different industries. That would be fun. Oh, I forgot to blow for that crossing. I'm gonna put those back on road. I'm gonna switch back to this. And we're gonna send you to here. Everything is in the area, so we stop it here. I thought about doing some mods, but I'm not familiar and skilled with the game matrix, so yeah. I don't remember if it was before or after my mic issue. I realized my mic wasn't active, but I do want to at least try to figure out how to do a decal mod, because I want to complete the look of these things. I should get some pictures of the Fever River equipment and actually post them alongside. Unfortunately, we only have rent cabooses right now at the club. Fun times. Alright. Damn, my breakfast is finished. Yeah, let's see. I've got a crossing to bar 4. And I think I've got one car here at Stenzel that I need to pick up. Yeah. Let's see how the logs are doing. Logs are ready. I like the varied size of the logs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Modeled 7 logs. Cool. Doing 30. We're gonna finish with the interchange stuff. We got that car in Stenzel, and we've got the locomotive parts boxcar. And then we'll go up to the logging camp. Let's see. Wanted to. I've gotten some hints from the hobby shop. I need to slow down a little. I'm just gonna throttle. Then I go through it. Somebody might be making an O-scale Little Joe next year at some point, but we shall see. I hope someone worth a damn makes an HO Little Joe here in the not too distant future. I feel like it would be Scale Train since they have the old MTH toolings. But they are currently on a Steam kick, so we'll see. Wanted to redesign Whittier Station where the yard and interchange is in the Conley branch, and double crossover with the Y lead is connected to the runaround side. Interchange on... You mean an interchange on the branch line here? Going up to the logging camps? I personally feel like the existing interchange is already at a good place, considering that everything easterly is technically already it's all there. Nope. Too much ghosting. The end shot is beside the Hollow Field. It's to the main siding to the east Y. The beginning interchange, true, but I mean, everyone has their own preferences. I largely like the way that the devs have set the the track work. But that's the beauty of mods. Everyone can more or less customize things to their pleasing. What is the one? Oh, he's coming into the depot. And yeah, I can definitely agree with having a crossover from main 1 to main 2. Rather than having to run all the way down or go all the way back just to drop something off at the house track. Don't mind me, ADHD taking over. Oh, I shouldn't have hit that at 40. I can't believe I survived that. Let's dump the speed a little bit here. Alright, that's more reasonable. And run the sawmill lead up to the main east Y so a signal can be added for. You know, I can entirely agree that it would make more sense to have the... With as much as it's built up now, it would make sense to have the engine shed here. Since this does feel like it's meant to be a little bit more populated, it does make sense to me to have the engine shed away. From the town. But I guess it depends how much they intend to populate this. Safety stop. Why is that the one? I don't know if I've been just failing myself. But I don't understand why I've had the handbrakes on different cars than I normally do. And I don't know if it... I don't know. And the sawmill lead coming on. And this. Okay, YouTube needs to get rid of this frickin' heart react thing. And the sawmill, I'm off the byway of the log pond track, and I run around sighting on a sawmill. Yes, I like the idea of an additional runaround for the sawmill. Set that again. Oh, I forgot to blow. Probably check him for fuel for his next run. Get this back staged. I think that connects the Y with a double crossover from the third main line. I think with Alina's map mods, there is a... I think this map editor does come with that. I don't know which one off the top of my head, and I have no clue how it works, but I would recommend checking it out. See if you can figure it out. And that is a safety stop. I can go early on that one. And do my safety stop. Oops. Him run. Switch is set to go into the engine house to grab those. Or that boxcar. If you will stop, we will see where I'll let him coast. Okay, let's see if I can imagine what you're trying to say here. There. Okay, this is as far as I can zoom outward. But let's go ahead and read these. Sawmill lead. I assume you mean the log unloading tracks? Run that up and connect are parallel? I kind of like the idea of the crossover here better. Lead coming off the main by way of the log contract. Run around siding sawmill line. Yeah, if these tracks weren't butted up to the pond, and they could probably very well easily have a turn off coming this way a little instead of a trap points kind of deal. Locomotive pulls the consist in, we can escape. Or not trap points. Trap points is the derailment thing. Since with the main stop and look, you should realize one thing around become the one. Yes. Or do you mean have the track come up and follow the river? I come off the track 1 here, where my base game cars are. Come up to the lead. So that looked, yeah, probably about here to here. Okay. Honestly, I don't hate that idea. I do kind of like having the 3 here with a little extension over the river. The bridges are cool to me, but I do see what you're saying. That would it might be a little tight. Alternatively, being that this pond here is most definitely man-made. This is not natural river. So I can see them having, instead of curving the track this way, have the track curve this way and just have this entire, have the river routed over here. I can see. I like it. Manual. That was a lot. Yeah, still 100%. And have a switch for the log train. Closer to the main. Yes. I see what you're putting down. I like the ideas. I think it would make a lot of sense. I feel like there's probably someone that knows more about hydrodynamics and why the pond is shaped like this rather than having it go straight up. But I'm a farmer and a foamer, so that means little to nothing to me. I want my games to be weirdly efficient. That's a joke, but yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you've got a log train to go try to guide down the mountain in one piece. I have my doubts. And we'll probably get the passenger train going up again. We'll probably run the other log cars up, unless you guys think we should just sell them, get the money for them. See if we can get another line of the 5-car. Hit that too hard again. Everything's still at 100. I'm not doing good with safety stops here, am I? Nothing's getting broken, so. Lead of the Y and a switch from the log truck. Okay, let me finish with this and get this heading up. Forward. Get this heading up to the log camp. Okay. Okay, let's see here. I would leave the pond and its track alone and bring the lead of the Y and then put a switch for the log track. Okay, now you've got me back to being confused. Okay, so don't mess with the base log track. Don't mess with the pond. But have something coming from the Y, the east Y? East? South Y? Connecting somewhere on the log lead? Or are you thinking move the main line over this way a little more? And use up this this empty space. And then connect into the chip. Oh, you mean... God, I should... You know, next week I'm going to test low latency. See how that works out. So connect the log lead... Have the log lead come off of the chips track? I'm gonna get the passenger train running again. Just to keep things moving. Turn off. Okay, switch for the log track, closer to the main. I would leave the pond and its track alone and bring the lead of the Y, and then put a switch for the log track. And then put a long runaround setting for the logs because you can put at least 12. I feel like I would need a visual representation to understand what you're trying to say. Because I think I'm getting the idea, but I'm not entirely sure. See if I can get the bot to do its job. Oh, CloudBot got deactivated at some point. Okay, rules. Okay. Those can happen whenever. Hopefully, bot does bot things now. Let's see, that's understandable. Then you can put the main line closer to the road. Okay. So main line come more... Okay, looking at the terrain, I think the main line is probably in its best position. Roads can do whatever the hell they want. They want to follow the track to make the construction workers' job easy, they are welcome to. They want to climb a mountain and take the most direct route to their endpoint as possible, they can. With minimal cut and fill. Hey, Streamlabs has finally figured its shit out. Put the main line closer to the road for a higher speed. So yeah, if you look at the terrain, the track, this would be so much that would have to be cut and graded. So, once again, the main line makes perfect sense to me as it sits. You got a couple of cuts here, but that's like sticking close to the road. That is practically full-on terraforming. Higher speed. But really, the only places that speed is in any way a concern is this 30 section. I think this curve is a weird speed. I'll say that might be a speed restriction. And then obviously the 30 going across the bridge. I should load up my main save and... Oh, yeah. That's another random... I forgot I had a coal mine. Anyhow, let's take a look at where you're at. Hey, you're almost there. I'm tempted to send this down the hill with the auto engineer. Be one long curve, yes. Let's be honest, railroads are already just one big long curve, trying to avoid mountains and get optimal track work with minimal terrain work. Although that's most construction, isn't it? Forward. Okay, so you have a... Yes. The bot got turned off at some point between when I started stream, or from when I turned it on to when I started. So it was being weird. It's on now. It's telling you everything I have available. Telling you my super basic rules. Yeah, we're gonna play this safe. No, not waypoint. So yeah, you are welcome to join that. I assume that's you. Yes, it is. Welcome to the Discord, Solaris. Hope you enjoy the meager offerings. And I've been distracted by Discord. Thank you very much. Sorry. Extremely distracted by model train picks. Okay, sorry, okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I gotta make adjustments to the bot. I'll get it tuned in eventually. Okay. I definitely want the rules borderline spammed. Bump the Discord up. Require a couple lines in a couple minutes. Actually, no, I don't. 5 minutes and at least one line has to go by. Yeah, the rest of that looks good. I probably just turned it off. We'll toggle it off. And back on. And back on. There we go. Okay. Bot should no longer be spamming. So let me swap over and I can show you exactly what I've been saying. Hello, my friend. Yep. You are also now live as well, I think. I can hear myself in the background. Yeah, I've got normal latency, so it's a 30-second delay. Next week I'm going to try low latency and see if that at all works. Yeah, I'm definitely hesitant to do anything with track mods for the foreseeable future.
one for the wire in this little siding that got here, and then put the shop in here in this area.
Okay, so starting at the existing interchange, you want to get rid of that,
Basically, all this will be basically bulldozed.
Okay, so from
this right
the
here will be
south of the interchange to the north of the Y, start over?
Yeah, basically, you have the same length of yard and all that from here, where that it'll go up to basically where my train is coming here.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the wire tracks there, however long they are there, coming by the wire here. Then you have this, basically be 3 tracks right here, with the main siding and the wire lead have a double crossover here.
All right.
That connects it. The wire lead will connect into this track here.
Okay.
Right here with this little runaround siding here is what I'm talking about. And then the shop lead will come off of this end of this little runaround siding over here behind the fuel depot here where the shop will be probably right around in here.
Okay.
And then on the sawmill, basically with this guy's coming off here, you have a switch coming off, basically going about half and half where the river and the mainland is, coming down through here, connected into about right here, and then connected into about right here where you have this track where it'll all be one lead. You want to have this, and this little section here, but you have a runaround siding from say where it comes here all the way up to here, so that should be long enough to where you can run around the log train and all that, and with all this here, move it to where it's in between this little house and the water tank here, and then you have your little siding board coming up this way. That way if you have your, with this just being the starter point of the game like it always is, you don't have to go all the way down there to get coal and all that, or diesel, whatever you're using.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
And that way, the interchange guy, what he can do is he can come up to here, run through the crossover, come along the side in there, and back his train into the interchange. That way he don't have to turn around his engine, or if he's got diesel to switch from one end to the other, and then he can go out the other way.
All right.
That's what they prefer to do if they're able to do it, but most places you're not able to do that, so.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see how that mod works with it coming off this way. But on that mod particular where he coming in, I would probably put at least an extra track here so that you can have a little bit of a runaround for these things.
Okay.
You don't have to go all the way up here. You got to go all, and then you have to run around and everything and all that. Makes it for a little bit more quicker switching operation because, as you know, in transportation, time is money.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, that's actually as you can see with him, that's Trevor. That's actually 11 cars there, but hold up one there you go. See, that's 12 log cars that you can put there.
Mm-hmm.
Although that's what I've been thinking on that end of it. Now on another spot, be this here, do away with this and bring this line where it connects into to the wire hill. That way, if you don't got this set up yet, you can turn around your full passenger train instead of bringing it here and then making the wire do that.
Mm-hmm.
And on this end here, have the which way am I? Oh, there we go. Oh, one way. Have this come over here, have a crossover, say like here, then come around where it comes into here, and then you have a double crossover here.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, trains coming off of here don't have to interface with the main line until they get to say to this point or whatnot, and be more, and that way they can especially if you have a train right there, or an extra long train for this station here.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes it easier for more convenience and probably a bit more production that way.
Mm-hmm.
You also have that lead for when you have this branch line set up, and then you have this yard here. You can have that line as a lead, and maybe a couple of storage tracks on this side of this.
Mm-hmm.
This lead here. And yes, I thought something I've been thinking about it, and what somebody's opinion is.
Like I've been saying, I'm kind of content with the overall track plan. The yards are where I like to see expansions, but I definitely see what you're saying. I think if that's the type of gameplay that you're looking for, I think it's perfect.
I've got some minor ideas, and so like they're hold up here, let's do it this way easier. Yeah, Ella. You got what's his name working on a branch line for Ella here.
Mm-hmm.
Leave this alone. Come off of here with a crossover, and add say 2 extra storage tracks here. That way, if you ever get that that branch line marked for Ella here, depending on which one you get, you have a couple of extra storage tracks.
Mm-hmm.
You have that crossover coming in this way, and not so that be a little bit easier for you to walk trains going that way.
Makes sense.
Well, either do that or move this thing, the station, down in this area so that you won't be blocking the main with your passenger service.
Yes, I absolutely think that Ela's station needs to be on a double track section.
Yeah.
It's easily the worst station placement in the game.
You gotta wait on them to get out of the way so you do anything.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's pretty much all I'll do. Other than I know they got a wide mod for Androids there, where it connects into that paperboard up there, whatever its name is. But that it would be nice to have a track laying, track modding as part of the base game, so that as a company, every company would try to modify to modify the route that benefits their logistics. this time period, it might work for this layout might work for this time period, but you go up into 80s, 90s, or even today, it might not work in today's logistics.
Man.
So, as far as production and all, it might be a lot better for production.
Mm-hmm.
As it is, it probably just be best to leave it as it is. That way they can get the matrix finally squared in and all that. That way you don't have to worry about the game getting overloaded and all that.
Yeah.
So, I say, for this game here, what lines would you like to see modded in?
What do you mean?
Say like bring not just for this line, but say like in your area.
So if they get to the point where they're making entirely new maps rather than just expansions on this one.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. Like earlier, I was mentioning how I would love to see like an inner urban game with the city switching. I think that would be cool to see a urban map, something like Chicago's interchange.
In this timeline, Nashville, Tennessee has an interesting inner city switching layout and all that. They got one big loop had one big loop going around Nashville there and all that. So
cool.
Yeah, you know where Interstate 440 is right now?
Not off the top of my head.
But if you look at Interstate 440, there in Nashville, that used to be a railroad.
Cool.
So they had one big loop going around town there, and it was interesting trying to switch that thing and all that.
Cool.
Another one I've mentioned to them is the Tennessee Central Railroad. It comes out of Nashville, heading east towards Knoxville, but it don't go all the way nowadays. But back then, it used to connect into the Norfolk there, where the just before you get to the cutoff for the power plant there in that part of the state. And at one point in time, they ran trains from Nashville to Knoxville going that way.
Cool.
I think at one point in time, it was about probably 150, almost 200 miles of track. They had a bunch of zinc, copper, and all that, and not to mention a couple of pretty good-sized coal mines. And another thing about the Tennessee Central, I don't know if you ever heard this, but they were known as the Wooden Axle Road.
Cool.
And if you wonder why that was, apparently one of the legends of them that people went across is that they use wooden axles for their freight cars.
That's one option.
Hey, if it works for you, their cars could never leave from what I understand, those cars could never leave their property because of that.
No, there are so many restrictions for
stuff like that.
For interchange stuff like that. Like certain truck styles can't interchange. If you still have friction-bearing trucks, that can't interchange. If you have something that is a serious safety concern, such as wooden axles, Oh God, can you imagine the hot boxes?
But that was one of their nicknames for their railroad back then, was the wooden axle road, from what I understand. And I think it's on their wiki page too.
I'm gonna have to look that up later.
Some of the real things that companies would do to save money.
Yeah.
Even though in the long run it winds up costing more money than what they save.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
And if I'm not mistaken, if you look on a map going towards on a spur that goes out to the West Nashville water treatment plant where they get tank cars at there every so often, there's a boxcar that's next to a building, yeah, on the back side of it, that they use for storage, or used to. I don't know if it's still there or not, but when I worked for the railroad a long time ago, a long story on that one, we stopped by that boxcar just to have a little fun. One of the guys knew what to look for the wooden axle. And apparently, that boxcar still had the wooden axle.
Damn.
Still around today.
That would make a good museum piece.
But it's literally, it has no track underneath it. It's sitting on the dirt, and they basically using that as storage and all that.
Cool.
But could you imagine trying to drag that thing out of there? You want to be a museum? But
museums have dug bigger items out of worse conditions.
Yeah.
Just look at most of the preserved tanks. Come on, mouse. Mouse. And I think my mouse died. There we go.
Go ahead and get this guy going again.
I'm not using as much fuel as I thought I was.
That's why I switch to diesel as quick as I can now. When I do a save again. As you can see, with the name I chosen for this railroad, makes sense for the area there, don't it? So, what are you doing? Oh, you mean I've had to fire so many AI auto engineers over the time.
I swear to God, between this and Roadcraft, I don't think you can find a dumber AI operator.
They have, but still,
Yeah.
they don't know how to do anything without you telling them what to do.
The routing is just crazy. The signals. What is the point of a signal if you're still going to have two trains meet each other? What is the point of having signals if you can't designate it one track as northbound and the other southbound?
True.
Like, come on, man.
And how many hot boxes have you had so far?
I have not had a single hotbox. I'm pretty good about going through my cars when they get to interchange.
Well, when I get over there, every now and then I forget to do that, and it reminds you very quickly.
Yes. But I've also got a little experience from the railway museum to where you check the hot box or the oil bearing. Jesus Christ. The hell are they called?
that packing and stuff like that.
Yeah, always check the oil level before the day begins. And I've
Otherwise,
translated that into the game as check the axles as soon as they come in, or before you send a train out from the interchange.
Check them. Check them. Once you get everything you need done here, go ahead and just push the button on them.
Yep. I almost wish that you did have to like get an oil can either from a caboose or a depot. I think that would be a fun operational addition.
Be sort of like Dewey Valley there, huh?
Yeah.
Game a little bit, but it's just more just move this cut of car from this place to that place and hope you get there one piece.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like this game.
I understand keeping it simple to not make it over complicated, but there's still improvements, and everything should be a setting. Everything from air hoses to fire. Well, I like the auto fire, but everything from air hose connecting to axle bearings to the firemen, I think it all needs settings, on or off. You get to choose how much of a challenge you want.
I think, but when them guys bring their game out, it's going to have all that.
Yes.
What do you think about them putting torpedoes in the game?
I like it. The way they went over them in that dev blog, where they actually had a practical effect of one of the guys was running a train and doing other shit while the train was just doing its thing. It's the torpedo, and oh hey, I need to stop. I thought that was both hilarious and perfect.
If they're going to have that game set up like this one with a solo player, if you're solo, you can run it more like this one is, compared to just running the plane and then let it go and hope it don't do nothing like that in
yes.
Dewey Valley or Railroads Online, for sake.
Yeah.
Have you ever, if you doing switching here and you got a tank car, have you ever parked your tank on here, bled the brakes, and just let it run to the customer by itself?
The
Just
Standard
drop it
Oil
down?
up in Bryson. Yes,
No, here.
I've. Oh,
I mean here.
Whittier.
Just leave your tank. Just leave your tank car here. Have it set up where you spot your box car here. Pull forward from where this little hill starts. Just leave your tank car there and let your train do whatever work it's got to do. And
Get
then
your
once it
engine
gets
out
out
of
of
the
the
way,
way,
and then
throw this switch here, and then bleed the brakes here and just let it roll.
I'm not sure there was enough of a hill to get enough momentum.
Actually, there
But
is.
now you've got me curious.
Actually, believe it or not, there is. And it's just enough to get it where it will spot itself, and you don't have to do nothing there. If you got a car down there, it'll cover up the car, no problem.
Nice.
So, if you want to save a little bit of time, that can be way to go there. Yeah. The first time I done that, I thought it was gonna wind up screwing up there because it be going too fast going through there. But it looked like say about 5, 6, 7 miles an hour and just cruise right into the car that was there and didn't do nothing. No derail, nothing.
Cool.
So how long you been playing that game so far?
I've had the game since release. I tried to stream on release day, but the internet I had at the time was not enough, and it ended up being like a 20-minute stream because the stream was just lag. It was not streaming well.
It was not happy there, huh?
No. Now I've got better internet, and everything seems happy. I need to try some other games. But Railroader, I'm kind of having fun starting this new save. Now, if only this sawmill would finish unloading the first train that came in instead of switching to the second train.
But the only mods that I did have was the engine mods, and ever since that went nuts, I basically went back to the base game here and wait for all that gets cleared out.
Mm-hmm.
And once that get done, go back get your mods again, I guess.
Yeah. When Maintenance Away update drops, I'm definitely gonna try to get rid of or delete anything that I think used Railloader. Well, when the Railloader replacement comes out, I should also specify.
I'll just delete it, but basically turn it off and then replace it there.
No, I'm completely deleting it out of my mods folder. I might even just completely delete everything, start from scratch with the mods.
That can be understandable.
Is freight done for the day? Do I skip to the next day or do a few more passenger runs? Let's see what the next day holds.
Once I get this car, I'll show you how this hill works here.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I would have to do some crazy switching with this. Basically, have this car pull it into this track, then come back, get the tank, put it in front of that car, then come back, hook up to that car back in, then hook up to the tank car, pull them back into that siding, then run around them to connect back up to my track there, which that can be nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Some extra switching you don't need to do there. Did you ever use signals with your big save there?
Yes, my original save, I'm pretty sure I have all the milestones completed, including signals. And once again, what's the point if you can't designate the tracks as single direction or give priority? Like, the auto engineer, I love it to death for the longer hauls and bigger trains.
But
are you seriously telling me you can't say, hey, auto signalman, this train is coming here, this train is here, hold one and set the other one to the other track?
That
doesn't seem like too big of an ask.
that's still a work in progress there, what that is.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're probably going when they come up with the MOW, they may have an update for that where that the
I hope so.
auto be a little bit more spawner than what he is right now.
I certainly hope so.
He's okay the way he is right now, but
He does his job, but I want to be able to have more than one on the main line in opposite directions at a time.
in his area.
Yes.
Instead of having the signal system set up as an ADS system, how about an auto CTC system? Where that you have probably an AD in that an auto dispatcher.
Yes.
See how that works.
Like either auto designate tracks such as Whittier and Elam. They're both double track sections. Auto designate one for if a train is going through. Track 1 is southbound, track 2 is northbound, unless track 2 is occupied by a local doing work. Like, I'm okay with it not planning meets further out than one section. Because that feels like it's asking a lot.
There have been times where they're at a billboard where you have the locust there at the very end. You have the signal right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to have your auto switch up the locust there, and if you have the signals up, he can be very dumb if that switch is open against him.
Yeah. And for some reason, for me, every time in Dillsboro, it stops at both ends. Coming in, going out, either direction. It's like, switches are set for you, bud. Where are you going?
Yeah. That would be a nice tool to have for the track lane thing, where you can set up your own signal system.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a little hill there for you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Got somebody on another land there? It's interesting how this is set up. Instead of that call being full, you'll always get the last call in the contest there. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later then.
All right, sorry about that. Had a call. Wow, you take one phone call on the job and you just completely forget to set your switches where you want them. Anyway. Sorry, Solaris, I didn't hear you where you said you were going. You didn't have to leave if you thought I was... That's what I was telling you. Understand, though, I've watched you for a while. Yeah, thanks for the insight, Solaris. Very interesting ideas. Like I said, it's not something that overly interests me, your track plan, but I definitely see how it can be, if it's what you want to run it. So a little fun fact about the way I do model railroading. I do what I call museum era. I can run whatever I want, when I want, how I want. And with a video game like this, I think it's absolutely appropriate that you can run it, get the mods that you want, assuming that there's a way to get said mods. Anyhow, no problem. Yeah. I almost had a heart attack thinking I cut the wrong car off. Good lord. I'll probably send the log cars up. Great. Where's sawmill? Yeah, I'm already committed. Not sure how much longer I'm going to be streaming. My parents should be on their way home from grocery shopping here before too long, and they'll no doubt expect me to help with that. Now that getting out there, someone will find a way. Now that, yes. And like I say a lot with helping FSC's farm sim page, the absolute best way to get what you want is to learn to do it yourself. I know there's some great videos out there teaching, but I also know that I'm not alone in the type of learner I am, where if the screen isn't exactly like mine, I get confused and lost really easily. I don't know if I've been whistling properly. Wood chip car. Passengers. 58 passengers looking to come back. All right, let's see. 2. Switches. Honestly, I probably could leave the wood chip cars till I've got a full line. But I like getting everything switched out as soon as I can. Yes, Streamlabs. I think I'm happy with where the bot is working at the moment. If you yes. Like I said, if the tutorial I'm watching isn't exactly the same as my screen, I get lost instantly. And since the guys doing the tutorials are typically pretty experienced, they have stuff moved around to where they know they can just... They've got all that muscle memory started. Rutland. I like no clue what the hell the Rutland is. I should look into that. Exactly. Set up. Yeah. Let's see. Click that already. I need to stop mumbling under my breath. I notice I do that a lot. Mostly because I'm used to talking to myself like I'm doing content creation, not an actual audience, because I'm halfway psychotic. Anyhow. Came into that too hot. DM and I are getting logs. That makes it that's kind of funny. Sue, B&M, Boston and Maine, Nickel Plate, CG, Central Georgia, Boston and Albany, Wellsville, Addison, and Gailton. I'm pretty sure I added a mod that's supposed to add European rolling stock, and I'm starting to question if it installed properly. Because I was halfway expecting to see some. That's how we know you're still alive. Fair. Well, my music stopped somewhere. I should probably not click out while I am trying to, I'm moving 15 miles an hour towards a line of cars full. Hard brake, hard brake, hard brake. 98, 98. Not terrible. That was my own fault. That was entirely my own fault. I think I'm going to take the ELA cars up, then do the logging? Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Have you seen other players' equipment show up? So, If you mean custom reporting marks, you have to do that manually. I had that set up at one point, but I think that file got reset with the mod that does these custom reporting marks, like the CP, the QA and P. Quana? Never heard of it. Oh, I got two Quanas, Milwaukee. Like, all of these are mods. Either it's an entirely modded car, or it's the mod that gives the stock base game cars liveries. But originally, before I got this, I did have, on my original save through my laptop, I did have set up with the Fever River, the Rock River, the Bayside Southern, I think I already said Fever River. I had Wolf King's BWRR. I had Heiss's ES&D and ES&DT. But that was all stuff that you have to set up yourself. If you're in the Railroader Discord, there was a thing showing how to do that, how to add custom reporting marks. I don't know if this mod with the custom liveries on the cars overrides it, but yeah. Technically, yes, to your question. Talking about one of my... No, like, if you create a railroad, it does not... There's no internet connectivity between players outside of outside of online play. So if I wanted to have your railroad appear in my interchange, I would have to manually add it. I asked that exact same question after watching, I want to say, Angry Ragtimer. And I was told how, and I was shown how to add. That would be yes. Honestly, the first time I had heard about it, or the first time I saw the custom reporting marks, it's exactly what I thought. Is there some sort of background online connection that is allowing these other people's railroads to appear on mine? But yeah, no, it's not quite that complicated. And I understand. I am clear of the points. I don't remember where I sent the passenger train, so that might end up in the way. Angry now. Now that's an interesting person. It's been a minute since I've watched his content. I was kind of a regular in his streams when Railroader came out, but then kind of lost interest. I lost interest in nearly every Railroader content creator. Like, it just wasn't something I cared to watch. Which is weird, because I enjoy making letting other people watch me. But that's neither here nor there. So the ELA cars up at the bridge should already be completed, because I was missing some of these with the interchange at the beginning of stream. But I think that's what these are. And that's another thing, that you are clear, but oh yeah, it has improved so much. Like, before, you had to be 100% clear your entire engine. There was no, like, just your wheels are clear of the points. You had to be completely clear, knuckle and out. So I like that they've loosened that a little bit. Okay, there's a good safety stop. Okay, 76. Oh, I already went through this. 37. That can be oiled. SL is going nuts. SL. I'm sure I know what SL is, but you got me brain farting. Okay, 78. Where is number? Okay, you are there. I'm gonna go ahead. Just have you hold. Oh, Streamlabs. Yeah, I'm still kind of trying to get the bot tuned. And I think I've got it set too loose, where it hits too often. So I can't actually bump that up here. Dashboard. So let's see. Then the Discord broke. Okay, I can definitely gonna bump that up. Yeah, 10 and 10. Rules, I'm happy with that, and we'll bump that up to 5 minutes. Okay, so the Discord bot should, with every 5 minutes, with at least one line of line between them, it should post the rules. 5 minutes with 5 lines should give the Discord, and every 10 minutes with 10 lines of other comments to drop the donation link. We'll see if that if it improves anything. That way, it's not setting itself off. You know, I could probably use the one to run laundry. I wonder if that would fit in a little bit better. I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to drop the coaches off, and I'm going to send engine 1 with the flat cars. Oh, that's a house car. That goes to a house car. We'll start with that. We're going to be blocking both main lines at Ela. That don't necessarily need road AI. Also forgot that this requires the switches to be set for it. Otherwise it throws a fit, which is fair. Actually, I should probably waypoint it, but whatever. You said something. I'm trying to fly a camera. Go. Do that. And we will do that. Okay, that is good. Back to 1. Okay, let's see. What did you say? Have you watched the videos from Heist and Angry playing Repo, and there's a stop-motion video from Lost Studio that will drop you out of your chair? I didn't realize Heist played Repo. Or is that on Angry's? From Loft Studio. I'll definitely have to look up Loft Studios later. Oh, I was gonna fix my music. There we go. Alright, everything sounded good, no double audio. Snowball, or mic. I don't know why I have. I can delete that. Snowball, audio, I don't. Oh, I just removed the game. Shit. Oops. Okay, you two can go there. Alright, I just had a reshuffle. You're good here, played it several times, running blind. Already cut. Oh, I should have thrown that switch. I probably wasn't clear of it. Oh, actually, that is going to have to do it for stream. Parents are home with groceries. I was expecting a call. Next week we will either do Railroader again, or we will pick up right where we left off. Thank you guys all for watching. Like and subscribe for more, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Yes, marker lights at the open of the passenger car. That would be nice. I'm probably going to get a car